What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp here doing a quick news update as some things have just dropped. One of them being that Mickie James, Melina is set to return to WWE. This according to a new report from PW Insider. They have reported that Melina Perez, after an extended period away, has reached terms to return to the company. She's 41 years old. She's been out of WWE, I think since 2011. August of 2011, I think, was the last time that she competed in a match, and it was a battle royal. She had been used here and there that summer, but over 9 years out of the company. She had done some stuff with NWA this year, but her contract quietly expired. Head over to FightfulSelect.com. We have news on more contracts that have expired or are expiring very soon. We'll have news on that all throughout the coming weeks. Reminder, if you're here watching, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. If this stuff gets a lot of engagement, I'll keep doing these news updates. But Melina Perez back in the fold. Of course, she came in with Eminem, which was Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro, now John Morrison over on SmackDown. But it wasn't said if she's going to manage, wasn't said if she is going to wrestle. No real details given there. Now, I did interview her earlier this year and maybe last year, and she said that things were pretty smooth there. Things were fine. She had a pretty positive experience there when she returned to WWE for a one-shot, so to speak. So here's to hoping that maybe she can solidify that division a little bit more on SmackDown, maybe. I would probably put her in a tag team right out of the gate, but it really depends on what creative plans they have for her. It's easy for me to throw that out there now without knowing what she has going on. This is a women's wrestling heavy edition of a Fightful news update. We have an update on Britt Baker from AEW. She was actually not cleared for full in-ring competition at All Out. She was cleared to do that spot specifically and still is not cleared from her leg fracture that happened earlier this year. A lot of the people in AEW that I spoke to said very nice things about Britt Baker and really put over her toughness for going through that match, doing spots on the floor, doing spots on top of an all-terrain vehicle. For the love of God, there was just a lot to do there, and they got it done because they advertised very early on that she'd be back at All Out. And I don't know if she was really going to be ready for All Out, or I wasn't sure if she would be. As it turns out, she wasn't. She wasn't ready for All Out, but they made it happen. Here's to hoping that she gets better soon. If you're watching live, leave a super chat. We will read it on the air in the brief time that we are on the air. But leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Tap that bell for notifications. Tim Traver says, Happy Friday, Fightful. # faithful to Fightful. Well, I thank you very much. I'm going to kind of put a bow on all this towards the end, but Gorilla Press says, I'm here showing support. Thank you very much. Ronda Rousey, she has been out of action since WrestleMania last year. A year and a half later, she responds to a WWE tweet about her and Natalya and says, one of my favorite matches, such a huge challenge in so many ways. What a crazy day. Looking forward to a rematch someday. So we had not really heard Ronda Rousey say a lot about her wrestling future. Throwback 27 sends a super chat and says, with Rousey wanting to come back, what does that do for the title picture when and if she comes back? Does this give us hope more so now than ever? I think that if she is if she's back, she'll either be in the title picture or whatever program she's in will be the focal point. So if she's in a tag team titles will be the focal point. If she is in a feud, whether it be with Ruby Riott, Natalya, or Becky Lynch, it will be the focal point. However, I think that she is best served in like dream match scenarios, unless she's going to be back for a definitive amount of time. Even if she wins the title and then loses it pretty soon, I think that's worth doing. But there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of opportunities for Ronda Rousey if she were to come back, and plenty of people for her to work with, even though she ran through the Raw roster last year. I think there's plenty of stuff there for her to do, and I'm glad that she still wants to do it. Gorilla Press sends a super chat to plug some stuff. Get your FTF shirt at Wrestle Talk merch. Yeah. Go ahead, do that. I would very much appreciate if you all did that. I get a cut of those, so that would be very nice if you all picked up an FTF shirt over at WrestleTalkMerch.com. Mickie James, this messy situation from Raw. So when I reached out to people backstage, they were like, that's on the ref, that's on the ref. That ref was just messing all day. The rope breaks were off. The pins were off. He wasn't counting pins right. He said, or Mickie James said in an interview with Alex McCarthy of Talk Sport, quote, in that moment, it can be very hard for him to tell whether you're hurt or not. It can't just be his call either. It must have been whoever thought I was hurt. They're just trying to protect me and keep me safe because concussions are a real thing. What we do is very dangerous. If somebody gets a concussion, not only can they wrestle for the rest of that match, but possibly never wrestle again. It was unfortunate for me and stinky, but I'm fine. My nose hurts a little bit from that knee lift. I'll be honest. That's a bummer of a way to end that match. A bummer. Because that deserved a proper ending. That deserved a proper finish. And that did not get a proper ending. It did not get a proper finish. It was cheap. And for Mickie James, maybe realistically, maybe actually thinking that this would be her last title opportunity, I do not like that for her. That is a real bummer. That is a real bummer, and I hope they get a better opportunity to do that. So I want to know what you guys think. What is the biggest wrestling story out of these? We've got Ronda Rousey possibly coming back, Britt Baker's injury. We got Mickie James. We got Melina coming back, and we don't know in what capacity. Gorilla Press says, how do you feel of the idea of Ronda versus Thunder Rosa or Ronda versus Tessa? I would love both of those. Thunder Rosa lays it in. She's got MMA experience. I think Tessa Blanchard is one of the best performers in the world. And I mean all around as a presentation, as a lot of that. But there are some very big question marks there and some very big issues there. Of course, Tessa Blanchard, oddly, her likeness from an Impact Wrestling picture shown in that WWE Battlegrounds game. Very unusual, very odd. Don't know why they did that. That's going to cause some issues. We will be streaming gameplay of that Battlegrounds game this weekend on FightfulGaming.com. Make sure you guys check it out. And hey, you want some more women's wrestling news? How about this? FightfulSelect.com today. I'm interviewing Sue, Trent's mom, Sue. Go subscribe. Throwback 27 wraps us up by saying, is there an idea for 4 horsewomen for all the gold? Do you think it's possible? If so, could that set up horsewomen versus horsewomen? Thank you, bud. Always good to have my lunchtime break. Well, we always, or lunchtime break with you all. We encourage you guys to check out his show, Throwback 27s. I'll be appearing on it, I think, not this upcoming week, but the week after. I don't know. I think that you'd have to get creative to do that. You'd have to send one of the horsewomen back to NXT. But, yeah, I think that it's possible, but I think you have to get really creative with that because all the horsewomen, both of the horsewomen are on main roster or aren't around like Becky and Ronda. General time for the interview looking like 3:30. Leave a thumbs up, guys. The quicker we get to like 100 thumbs up, I think the quicker that this gets in people's recommendations. Sorry, my hair's a mess. I am going over to FightfulMMA.com in mere minutes. After 1 year, the Fightful MMA podcast is back. It is now called the 1-2 Punch. It's hosted by Shaquille Majuri. There is a great card this weekend. I am excited to talk about it. It's funny. I retired from MMA coverage, and I've been on more shows than ever. What the heck, man? Subscribe, leave a thumbs up. We're out.